All right, my name is Jesse, and today we're going to try and build some cabinets. I built some cabinets in the past, um, and today we're going to try and make a coffee bar. Um, by no means am I a cabinet expert. I can just make a box. And essentially, when you're making cabinets, it, that's the fundamental structure. It's a box. It's not rocket science. I'm just going to show you a way, a very simple way that I do it. Um, I'm not going to be making precision cabinets. So if you're looking for precision cabinets, you're probably not going to want to watch my video. I don't need them to be 100% square, perfect. Close enough is good enough for me, for my coffee bar that I'm going to be making. But if you're trying to make something more precision, you're probably going to want to use better lumber. That's what I've kind of come to realize when you're making cabinets. Home Depot and Lowe's plywood, it'll work, but man, you're going to struggle. You're better off going to like a specialized kind of cabinetry lumber yard. They're going to sell you plywood that's straight as an arrow. It's perfect. Stuff you get at Lowe's or Home Depot, it's going to warp in like a day or two. So if you don't use it like immediately, it's going to bow in like a week. Um, but I'll try and just do a big time lapse and then little sections here and there. I'll try and slow down and just explain what I'm doing. So let's try and get into it because I only got a couple hours. All right, real quick, I just kind of scribbled out just some quick notes on roughly what I think the dimensions are going to be. So we're going to be 34.5 inches tall, and then we're going to be 56 inches long, and then it's going to be 16 inches deep. Within this kind of big rectangular coffee bar, I'll have like 3 little divisions, and the 2 on the ends are going to be 18 inches long, and then my middle kind of division is going to be the 20 inches. And these are just some basic kind of cuts that I'm probably going to be needing, but as we go along further, I'll try and pause and just explain a little bit more, but this is kind of the basic layout that I'm going to be going with so far. Okay, before I glue and nail everything down, I'll just kind of go through everything here. This is kind of the basic box here. This is 3/4 inch plywood that I had left over. A lot of it's warped, but for what I need it for, it's fine. These slats on the inside, they're 3.5 inches by I think 12.5 inches, and they're really the only purpose of these slats here are that they hold the floor of the cabinet. So this is a kind of better view. The walls are what's going to hold the kind of countertop. These here slats, they just hold the floor right here. So I'll have another kind of middle board, or the middle section of the cabinet will have slats here, and then I'll just kind of slide this on top of here, glue it, nail it down, and then I'll have another one. So it'll be 3 kind of small boxes that make one big rectangle. All right, progress so far. Only thing that is a little off is this upright row here. It's got a huge bow in it, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting a big shelf right here. So I'm just going to try and have the shelf kind of push this bow back into place. Probably not going to fix it all the way, but it'll fix it enough. These slats here across the top and on the bottom kind of give the box its strength and keep it from like collapsing and folding. I'm gonna cut a couple more of these slats here, and we'll put them in the front like that. I'll put another one here, and might do another one across the middle one, and then and then I should be able to start making the face. And actually, I'll probably make this shelf first, probably another shelf over here, and then I'll do the face. But phone's about to die, so I'll try and charge real quick, and then see if I can catch another video in a little bit. All right, progress for the first day. This is what we finished. Day 2, we're gonna try and put the face on this cabinet, and then maybe over the weekend we'll try and just spray paint it white. But the upright that was the most bowed, it actually straightened out a decent amount. I can still tell a little bit, but most of it was straightened out with this kind of little shelf here. The shelves here are just being held by some 15 gauge finish nailers, like 1.5 inch finish nailers. I'm not really worried about the support. The only thing that's going in there is like stuff like this. These are little baskets where my fiance is gonna put like tea bags and small stuff that probably is gonna weigh 5 pounds, 10 pounds tops, and it'll be more than strong enough to hold whatever she's gonna throw on there. I think this end here will have a door. This end here will have a door, and then the middle we're gonna kind of try and leave exposed. So we'll see how it looks with the middle exposed. But this is the progress so far. Today we'll try and throw on a face. Right, before I kind of nail and glue everything in place, that's the face here. The kind of face I'm gonna put for these shelves is just gonna be another kind of 3/4 inch by 1.5 inch piece of wood, and it's just gonna slide right in there. And then probably same go for this one, it'll just slide right in there. So when I made these shelves, I cut them back about 1 inch just so I could slide something like this to give it like a nice face. But all I did is make one long one from this end to the other end, and then I'm just using these vertical posts here all the way to the end of the cabinet here, and then we'll just kind of glue it down, and I'll put some 18 gauge brad nails, and our face for the most part should be done. All right, progress so far. I covered up the plywood edges so they're not exposed like this with these 1x3s that I just cut in half. So I think all I'm gonna do next is just give it a light sand, cover up these little pinholes from the brad nailer, and should be ready for some paint. A little close up on the doors. These are just pocket screws. And then I just used the router here to kind of make that groove along the inside of the frame. And then this is like 5mm underlayment or something. And it should just slide right in here. I'm gonna put some glue down on the bottom first, but yeah, there we go. So that'll be the back side of the cabinet. And the front side will kind of look like this. All right. And then the other door is exactly the same. A little progress on the cabinet here. Almost. Close up on the doors, joints. The back side. All right, quick test fit here. This is where this cabinet's gonna fit. The doors. All right, this is my sister's boyfriend. He is a professional painter. He's got all the top of the line kind of paint sprayers and nozzles, everything that you'd want to professionally paint cabinets. I've done it before with like an Amazon paint sprayer, but it doesn't look as good as his. When I paint it, it has like more of like a kind of rough finish to it. When he's done painting, the literally cabinets feel like glass. It's super smooth. So I'm really happy he was able to help me out and give it a quick spray. All right, in this last section, we're just giving it a last kind of polish and wax. You're supposed to give it like 2 or 3 coats. This is just the first coat, and already you can see like the wood starting to darken up. After like 2 or 3 coats, the wood gets really kind of dark, and then the colors start to really pop. All right, this is gonna wrap this video up. This is the final end product of the cabinet here. I think it turned out pretty well, especially considering, you know, I just was using a bunch of bowed scrap plywood that I had. I'm gonna give the butcher block a couple more coats just to make the colors really pop, and then put some doorknobs on there, and should be it. We'll catch you guys on the next one.